Hello, this is Jann. Welcome all my lovely painters that are following this series. We are going to be starting on our foliage. So what I've done is create a pattern for the flowers, and I have used just regular school chalk to do an outline so I know where these are going to be. Now I'll move this up a little bit and I'll leave it here a couple of seconds, and you can screenshot this so that you have a pattern for this. Now the only ones that would have a digital pattern would be my students that have taken Zoom classes from me. You can use those patterns if you would like to. So once the background is dry, then I put a pattern on with chalk. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to establish some curves, some real graceful curves of where I'm going to put my foliage, some of my real watercolor foliage in the background. So what I've done is I have used Liquitex green gray, or if you have folk art colors you can use the greenscape. And then I have regular white, and I have some floating medium here. Now floating medium is a product that Plaid puts out. This is it right here. It will just say floating medium, and I use that if I want a loose watercolor effect with my acrylics. I will use that. So what I've done is taken water, pulled out some paint, swirled it around with this 2-inch liner, and I want to create some graceful strokes like I'm doing here. What I'm trying to do is just get a feel of where I want to put these. I usually put them in areas that are indented into the flowers openings. And this, let's see if you can see this. This just gives me an idea of where I want to go with this. And I can add different types of foliage to it. Doesn't have to be the same kind. Just some graceful curves. And certainly some of these will probably get covered up anyway, but it gives me something to base this foliage on. I can go up to this corner up here, come down to the center, and down a little further with some the different leaves in the foliage. These are going to go up to this corner, these are going to come down to this corner, these here are going to be down right here. Let's do one, let's curve it up that way. So it gives us something to know which way we're going to go. So I'll rinse that out. And usually what I like to do is start with some of the foliage where I can come down and I can make some really graceful longer leaves. And again, I'm staying with this background color that I used. So I picked up floating medium in my filbert. This is a number 8 filbert. See how watery that is? And if I don't use water and use this floating medium gel, then it doesn't run with me. So I like the consistency that I get with it. So when you're doing these longer leaves, you start back here on the back come and curve down. It's a longer blade. A leaf. Just touch and pull down. Touch and pull down. Now if you see it pulling with you on this dry canvas, put more floating medium in your brush, trying to stay out of the web. Now some of these you can add thicker lines, finer lines. You can start at the tip and come down if that's easier for you. Kind of at an angle here, so I want some coming down here. I want it to be looking graceful this way. Touch, pull. It's more of a touch, pull down, flatten out as you get in the middle. And there again, I'm not getting a very good point on that, so it's dragging a little bit with me because I'm on a dry canvas here. If it drags too much, you could always put in some of your floating gel in the background here. These you want really, really transparent. Now I've got one coming down here. I think I want to drop one down here too so that I can keep it going this way so the eye rolls to that little edge there. These are real graceful. Real fine, not much paint to them, but they give you the illusion that there's foliage back there. That's what you want. You run out of paint, just pick up more paint, mix it with your floating medium. Okay, let's have one going off this way. I am going to be in your way right here. Let's go this direction. I'll go this direction, and you can go ahead and see me put these in. You have to get in weird angles here so the camera will show everything. When I disappear, I'm just reloading here. Alright, let's go over on this side here. I'm going to take the longest one here. Oops, you're not going to see that. Okay, hang on. Well, let's tilt this just a little bit here. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way for you. Go to the point. It's easier for you to see it if I go to the point. Okay, so touch, pull, flatten, pull, touch, pull, lift up, bring it into the center. I think I need a new brush. I'm not getting a real, my points are flaring out here, but we can make it through this. It's all about controlling your brush here. Lifting, releasing. Now we have one more set down here that I'd like to do. I'll pick up a little more paint on this. Some touch, pull, come down. Maybe we want this one. Maybe this one runs right off of this canvas here. We don't know which way it goes. It's just going to be a mystery which way it's going to go. Now when we also do these, we can do these with different colors mixed in. I just wanted to use the smoky green gray color because I don't want them to stand out a lot. They're in the backdrop there. One more and we will be finished with this. See, I want this one to be one of those graceful leaves, so I'm going to touch here, pull in. I need a chisel edge on this brush. Need to pick another one out. Lost my chisel edge. You'll know you lost your chisel edge when it doesn't do a chisel edge, like when you go here. Got kind of a fat edge. You know your brush is flared out, and probably time to dig out another one. This is a number 8 filbert. So, and you can't do anything with a brush that is old other than save them and use them for scrubbing purposes. That's what I do. I don't throw out old brushes. I use them to scrub with. Make great scrubbing brushes. Because when you work on these canvases, if you don't sand them down, this canvas like this is so rough it will eat through your brushes and it will ruin your chisel edges and everything else. So that's why I choose to sand everything down, is because I just don't want them chewing up my good brushes. Oops, my hand's in the way there. Okay, so now can you see how it has created a flow so that your eye is going to go out different angles? In fact, we're gonna bring one out up here. Extend that one and flatten. I want that to go off into a chisel edge. So I like that. It's got the graceful move in it. Except I see one more little spot here. I could have another graceful one coming off here and rolling back up. Oh, he's going to go right back up over here. So when you start doing these, you have so much fun with them that you just want to do more. Now, do I want to go? I have quite a bit of room over here on this canvas, so I'm just going to extend this one out right here. Touch way up here. I'm going to start here so I get a better edge on it. I have got to change this brush. Okay. There we go. All right, everyone. There is our lighter foliage first. And now we'll come back and we will add our second color. So see you in a few. Okay, we're back. And I want to show you another type of foliage that I'm going to put in. The foliage on here is dry, but we're still going to use the same colors. And again, I still have my floating medium. This is the background color that we used, that green, gray, Liquitex, or Greenscape Folk Art, and then white. My brush has been dampened and blotted on a paper towel. And again, I'm going to load in some floating medium over here I still want this area, but I would like it maybe a little bit deeper in color, a shade value type filbert stroke is what I'm going to use. Now this brush here is a 10 filbert, so it's a little bigger than what I used for the blades. But this one here, you're just basically going to go right down each side of your vine, and you're pretty much going to walk it down. I'm putting the brush down, and I am using the side of the brush when I apply this. So like that. And I'm not really picky whether it does a perfect stroke or whether it doesn't. I just walk my color back and forth, plop it on the canvas, and walk down that stem. I let it do its thing. I don't. Some of them are going to be bigger, some of them are not going to be very big. I don't. Sometimes I press a little harder, other times I might, see how I press down more here, might have little bitty strokes. I don't worry about any perfect little strokes at this point, because I'm just flip-flopping little petals, leaf petals or shapes on here. Not really. Different sizes, whatever my brush pulls off of there, that's what I'm keeping. Just walk it right on down, one side and the other side. If it's not showing up very good, get you some more paint, mix into your floating medium pile over here. Let me scoot my chair around here. See how I'm just tapping, tap, 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 walk. Some of them are going to come up darker, some of them are going to come up lighter. I do not worry about it. No perfect strokes, at least on this part. Down. It's just another foliage stroke that you can use. Gives a little different look. Oops, holding this too long, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let's come over, got that one. Let's do some down here on the bottom, but I do need to move this up so everybody can see a little bit down here. Okay, there's quite a few things going on down here, so let's see if I can get a little bit of a vine going here. Kind of at an angle there. Okay, that'll look okay. And you can just sit on your brush too. That makes a nice little stroke, just sitting on that brush. So now we have a few different foliage onto our canvas, and the only other thing that I might do is come in here and slip slap some of this color right in between these peonies or roses that I'm going to be doing. Don't cover up your chalk lines, but I can just put a little color, slip slap a little color in there. We're going to make that a different color, but we'll have a little deeper base. than what we had before. Just bring it right up to the edge of those. Right here. Just make it a little bit deeper. Slip, slap around. No hard edges though. You don't want any hard edges right now. Just kind of walk that out just a little bit. So now we know where our roses, this part is going to end up being darker greens. If we slip slap some color in here, you won't see the edges of these stems right here. I'll just put some color in between there. Alright, so we have all that done, and when we come back, after this is all dry, we will come back and we will start adding more of our larger leaves, and we will do more of a green color leaf. We'll show you that, but you want to let this dry completely before we come back and do that. Okay? Alright, thank you for joining me. Get this much done on your canvas. Let's see, I'll pull it down for you right there so that you can see it. Get that much done, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.